Aloha, Richard Halverson here. This is ITS227, and today I'm going to do the challenge activities in Chapter 3. So let me share my screen. So I'm going to do the challenge activities in Chapter 3, I guess. All right, so Chapter 3. So it looks like we have challenge activities in the first 3 sections. And then it's just participation, which you should do. Make sure you click through those to get the points. And then I guess a later video, the next video after this video, I'll get into the labs. So let's see, HTML containers. Okay, so this is, you should containerize, or how to say it, the elements of your HTML document. They should go in one of these containers. Okay, so it didn't used to have to be this way, but this is very important for applying style sheet information and so on. So make sure you understand that. And basically, there's, you put certain things in headers, certain things in the main, certain things in footers. All right, so make sure you understand all that, and let's go to the challenge activity. All right, modify H1. This is H1. Modify it to be in a header, modify this to be in a section, and modify the bottom to be in a footer. Okay, well, great. So how about if I go, I just go section, and then I go no, this has got to be a no, this, it's header. It's not header. Then this is section. And then this is footer. This is not footer. All right. Is this right? Oh, all right, cool. All right, so the next one is, assume your website has 3 pages. This. Create a nav with a to each page with content this, and this. This is what it should look like. So it's just going to have 3 links in a row. It's different A tag for each one. Yeah. And it's all going to be enclosed in a nav. So it's just like, nav. And then you're going to have an A tag, href equals something. And then end A tag. And then you're going to have 2 more of those, and then you're going to have a not nav. Total of 3. And home is going to be here. And start HTML copy is here. And you have to do the same thing for products. And this looks like products. And the last one is help. Oh, I should say what? Help is contact us. Okay. So you can fill that in, and so that's the answer to that one. The third one is going to be put a span around the 4th sentence. Span and the span. That, something like that. So that's how that works. And div and a div. So they want to see a div. And a not div, followed by a div, ending a not div. Is that right? Check this and see. Oh, yes, okay. Anyway, yeah, that's that one. All right, that's that's 3.1. This one. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I didn't do two of them. Okay, forms. Yes, it's very important that you know how to make forms and how a form is constructed, because that's how you pass data back. That's how you pass data to the server. It's how you collect the data and then you pass it to the server. And so a form tag, a form looks like this. It's got an action attribute, and then it's got a method. And it's post method or a get, post or get. And then the action is the URL of where you want to send the form data to. And then inside here are the form elements. Okay, so this input tags, submit buttons, all that. So these are input tags, post method, blah, blah, blah. Let's go to the all kinds of stuff here. Oh, you connect labels to input tags by the username ID and for ID name. All right, so here's a challenge. Let's see, add a label this is the content of the label associated with the input tag with the name of ID, a name and ID of full name, and a placeholder of Bob Jones. All right. So we want to see, this is what it's supposed to look like. Okay, the submit button, they give us the submit button. And so we're supposed to put this there. Bob Jones followed by an input. And look, it says Bob Jones. That's the placeholder. Bob Jones placeholder. So it looks like it's going to be, press start. Something like label. For equals full name. And I don't use labels at all. So go back here and see what this looks like. Oh, okay. So it's got an ending. For and an ending. That's the content. All right. It's got a for, and then it's got the content, which is full name, and then an end label. And then we have the input tag. Type equals text. Do we say that? Do we say the type equals text? Yes, we do. ID name. Okay, so I'm just copy. Paste. ID is full name. Paste. And the name is also full name. And the placeholder is Bob Jones. Oops. Bob Jones. So this right up here. So that's what I think it is, and let's see if that's right. Yeah, very good. Okay, what's the next one? Okay, here you're supposed to, the form is a get to there. In a new window, that means you want it to be blank. So a target equals blank. Oh, you got to put submit in there too. Oh, okay. So you got to put form action equals something. Method equals get. Target equals blank. That's the new window. Okay, and then the method is this. And target equals blank is going to make the new window. Oh, submit button. Down here, you got to put input type equals submit. Value equals done. I think that's all you need. It's that. Let's see. Man, good. All right, I won't do the last one, but let's see what it is. A label tag with content, it's going to be on a text area, so the ID 50 columns, and name an ID of suggestions and the placeholders of, I think. It's supposed to look like that. They give you, the first one's already there, but this you're going to add this one. You're going to have a label of your suggestions, and it's going to be for this text area here, text area. It's the size, they give you the size of the text area, 6 rows, 50 columns. So you put that here, and there's text areas up here. Here's text areas. Here we go. Oh, look, here we go, exactly. Here's a label, here's the ID for the label, placeholder, and rows and columns. And you have to have this ending text area. Okay, you have to have the ending text area. You don't have to for input tag, but well, anyway, yeah, so you gotta have the ending text area. You don't have to have an ending for these other ones. So anyway, okay, so that's it. Third, the last one, form widgets. They call them widgets, but I like to call them form elements. Checkboxes, and there's radio buttons. See, checkboxes, you can have more than one of them checked. With the radio button, you cannot. With the radio button, because the name is the same, if you check one of them, if there's another one checked, it gets unchecked. See? Unchecked. You only check one. Only check one. Whereas with checkboxes, you can check one. See? All right. So make sure you understand that. Oh, and then option. Okay, for options, drop downs like this, it's a select, and then inside there are these option tags, and that's each one of these option tags. And if it's just a plain old select like this, then of course only one is selected. It's a drop down. But if it's a list, they call it a list box. It's also a select, but it has the keyword multiple here, the attribute multiple, and that means more than one can be selected. And the size here is a number of them that appear. So here, since it's size 4, we only see 4, but you notice you can select more than one. And the way you select more is you hold the control key down. Okay, so you gotta understand that. And then you can make buttons like that, or images. A password field is just like an input, except for when you type it in, it doesn't show anything. And you often use the max length attribute. You have max length attribute on any input tag, but it's often used for passwords. You can put this field set thing, like it's a common thing to put around radio buttons, so it looks like this. It's got this box thing around it. Okay, so let's do a challenge activity here. Add a checkbox with each label. Okay, here's a label, so I should add it. Okay. The checkbox should have the name and ID of like cats, and it should initially be not checked. The second checkbox should have the name and ID of like dogs and be initially checked. So in other words, it should look like this, okay? All right, so I'm going to add an input type equals checkbox. ID equals like cats. Name equals like cats. And it's initially not checked, so I don't do anything. Oh, I should say, oh, there's a label here already. Just so you know, the ID, that is used by JavaScript running inside the browser to refer to this field. Name, that's what it's referred to when you send it over to the server. When you click the submit button and the whole thing goes over to the server identifies this field by the name field. And so you like to keep them the same. Okay, but that's why you have to do it twice. ID is for the JavaScript, and name field is for the PHP over on the server side. All right, so I have one of these checkboxes there. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it right down here. And I'm going to change this one to like dogs. Like dogs. Copy, paste, and then I also want this to be checked. But that's my answer. All right, not bad. Okay, so let's see what the next one is. For this one, see what it's supposed to look like. Oh, okay, it's adding two more radio buttons. It's adding two more radio buttons. Here's a radio button for the yellow, so I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to paste it twice. Paste, paste. And I'm going to make one of them green. And then red. And I'm going to name this green. Green. And I'm going to name this red. And I'm going to copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Okay. See if this works. Oops. Oh, good. Okay, let's see. I'll get you started on the create a drop down with 3 options. Okay, so a drop down looks like that. So you're making a select statement. So it's going to have a, select name equals majors. You may probably have ID equals majors too. You might not have to have that. Yeah. Let's put it in there. I think it's probably okay to put it in. And it's a drop down, it's not a multiple, so then there's going to be an option, value equals something, end option. And is there three of them? There's three of them. And it's physics, copy. I gotta put physics here and put physics here. And then I gotta take entomology and put one of them here and one of them here. And then take nursing and put one of them here and one of them here. And I think that'll work. Let's see what this next one is. Oh, this is just making a password. So you're just doing something like this. Copy. Let's put it down here. And you're going to have label for password. It's going to be called password. And it's going to be type password. And I bet you the name and the ID is password. And you don't put any placeholder, but you do put a size equals 12, max length equals 12. All right, well, I think that's pretty close. I'm not going to click submit, but all right, that's it for chapter 3 challenges. And so I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.